Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to my garage. After what was an epic solar month, mid-October to mid-November, that month was epic. Awesome solar month. The weather has turned south. It's went bad. And if you watch the forecast coming up for the next week, it looks like a large low-pressure system is going to form here in the central U.S., and it's going to make it cruddy where we live here in central Illinois. The forecast is not calling for any sun over the next 8 days. Let's have a look at where we stand at the moment. Over the past week, the past 7 days, 5 days of them have been overcast and cloudy. Only the 2 days in the middle there were partly sunny, and obviously wasn't enough to keep the lithium ion up. It has that constant 3 amp draw. The flooded lead acid is faring much better. It only draws those 3 amps for 7 hours a night. And a cloudy day will help keep that one pumped up enough, and that's why it's still where it's at. We're going to have to hit him with some grid power tonight to top him off. I'm also going to hit the lithium ion system here and top him, put 100 amp hours or so into her tonight, and then probably again tomorrow night we'll hit her again. Top off for the week. I don't have to run a generator. I just use the grid when the system's getting trouble. But we'll top them off, and then in a week we'll be back, because that'll be the 15th, to make my monthly report and know where we're at here on kilowatt hours. At the moment we're 208. And I anticipate making in the mid-40s again. That's kind of standard par for the course here. Anyway, we're going to hit them with the grid tonight and hit that one again the night after. Pump them up for the week, and I'll let you know if we can go that week without touching the grid to get power again. As a sidebar, I did have an issue 2 weeks ago, somewhere thereabouts. It had been cloudy for 4 or 5 days in a row, and the lithium-ion battery was down there quite a bit. I went to bed one night, and I think it was at 1292, and I figured there was enough in there. I don't know what happened. I left for Chicago that morning to go to the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals. Obviously, if you watch my channel, you've seen all the videos. My wife called me about 2 hours on the road and said, "Honey, the internet doesn't work." I said, "Go downstairs and see if the solar TV works," and it didn't work, and so I knew that we had lost power. What I didn't look at when I left that morning, this was reading 12.74, and that's the only thing I glanced at. I didn't realize that it wasn't pulling anything. My wife came down here and looked, and she said, "Yeah, that one top left says 12.77, and the top right says 0. I'm like, all right, well, obviously the Samlex is turned off. I don't know what happened when I got home and checked it all. The GFCI had tripped for some reason. I don't know why it automatically does that. I'm wondering if maybe the charge controller or the BMS or even something internally in the Samlex, when the battery got down below 12.6 or so, tripped that GFCI or made something happen to cause that GFCI to trip. Not sure. But that's the only problem I've encountered since I've actually been doing all this solar stuff. It's the only thing that's ever went wrong. My wife came down and hooked an extension cord up to the one that controls everything upstairs, the Wi-Fi and all that stuff, and she was no worse for the wear. And the system was offline for 12 hours or so. I came home that evening from Chicago and fixed everything up. I couldn't exactly figure out why it happened, and I still haven't to this day. But I haven't had a problem. So, I don't know, you tell me if any of you out there have had a similar experience of the battery getting down low and then causing your GFCI on your inverter to trip. I don't know. But back to the point, we're gonna hit this one here tonight with 10 amps to top her off full. And then we're gonna hit this one here over here tonight with 10 amps, and then tomorrow with 10 amps. And 11 hours worth, that should be 220 amp hours or so in the battery. That should at least get us back to 13.2, 13.25, something like that. And we'll see if that can't ride using this one at night to charge this one if it's needed for the week. We'll see how it goes. And obviously in a week I'll be back for my monthly report here, and we'll see where we go with the amp hours. I still anticipate doing the mid-40s. I don't anticipate that changing at all. So everybody have a good day and a better tomorrow, and I'll talk to you in a week.